get showcased.
Welcome everyone to another live edition of the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, joined once again by the boss, Chris Blackheart. We're live in studio once again.
We are live from the 1776.
We're live.
Studio.
A hot night in West Warwick, Rhode Island.
That's one way to say it.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Danny, where's the AC?
I got it on. It's a cool 95 degrees in there.
Oh, it's a cool 95 degrees.
Yeah,
It sounds familiar, though, because, you know, I've complained about being hot before in certain places we won't mention today.
But you know the difference is? See, we have earned it. When we're at the gym, you're supposed to get sweaty. You're supposed to get hot. You're supposed to get work.
Yeah, but we're old now. Just because they haven't earned it doesn't mean that we need to be hot. So, you know, we've had a compromise, you know. As long as they get sweaty for a while, then we could turn it on afterwards, which works out for everybody.
Which, you know,
but you know,
it was a good week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at Showcase for Us in Training Center.
Yes, indeed.
So those who are still looking to train, who want to get retrained, who want to up your game, come on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights for Showcase for Us in Training Center.
Yep.
Hit us up on social media at SP Wrestling.
ShowcaseProWrestling.com, and that's 126 Main Street in Woonsocket, Rhode Island, right downtown area, right?
Downtown, right across, diagonal across from City Hall.
Yes, indeed. So, want to be a wrestler? Come check us out. You know, our next live event will happen at the training center and arena on August 10th. Saturday night's main event. And I don't know if Danny, you could go to the showcase page right now and pull up the poster for August 10th. Some of the matches already signed for that show on Saturday night, August 10th. We will see a matchup for the Sons of Liberty Championship as the consistent one, AZ, and his lackey manager, Matt Michelson, in his corner.
Why do you say lackey?
Will challenge the champion, Danny Cabral.
I'm going to give some inside baseball on this one. So you don't realize that they've been friends since they've been little tykes, right? So it's a friendship.
What, are they your buddies now, too? Like
No. See, just like a famous friend of ours who had great knowledge, let's say great brain, I'm an investigative reporter. Okay. I investigated. I found out the story.
Yeah.
I had the conversations. They're friends.
Yeah. Okay. So good for them that they're friends.
Surprised you don't say like they're dating with big tits or something. You know?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? But you know, Saturday night's main event on August 10th, he will get that matchup against the Sons of Liberty champion, Danny Cabral. Can Danny do it? I mean, it's basically a handicap match.
No,
He's going to have to take on two people.
He manages outside.
We've seen him get involved in matches.
He signs the contract. He gets the hair perfect.
I don't know what type of matches you've been seeing. All I've been seeing him is cheat, get involved in matches, and, you know, recently getting involved in AZ getting a victory because of his interruption.
Boy, you've seen a lot, but if you've seen all this, why didn't you help young Danny Cabral?
I'm seeing a lot because, you know, it's there.
Boy, what are you standing there?
You can't miss it. But
so
anyway,
you're the kind of the guy that would watch a robbery and not try to stop it.
It seems like you're the kind of guy that's enabling the robbery.
What are you talking about?
When it comes to
we made the matches. I'm out back. We have a referee.
You just happen to miss those parts that I'm talking about.
No, I see it after the fact, and I talk to the referees. You got to be more diligent out there. You know, if you see something, throw them out of the arena. If they don't throw them out,
so speaking of seeing things and, you know, seeing stuff afterwards, that you saw what happened with Jay Evans the last time we were on Woonsocket?
I saw the very ending because that was a little bit eerie.
Have you seen them since.
Jay Evans, well, I like Jay, but he's been very mad lately.
Well, he's been messing with something beyond what he is used to conquer.
Well,
With Brother Moon Reverend, like
Yeah,
I said before, the guy's a weirdo. He plays a lot of mind games, and it does get creepy. And I'm not talking about the ghosts in the school, but a lot of mind games being played. We saw the last time Dr. Williams taking over the spot of Brother Moon Reverend. He was guided and sent over by the Brother Moons. What's the alliance between Williams and Reverend? I don't know what's going on.
Way. Between those two, I don't know if they spent more time getting drugs or more times on a gurney or more times in the cuckoo room.
I don't understand what's going on.
they're-
But that matchup, you did sign a rematch.
Well, no. I told Reverend, I said, I don't know what you did last time. It got passed through, the match just started, the referee did allow it, but...
How are you having conversations with this guy?
Who?
Reverend.
Sometimes feels like you.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That match has been signed as the U2 World Champion. Brother Moon Reverend will defend the title against Jay Evans come August 10th in Woonsocket. Another big matchup that we'll see is the young cat, Logan Macchia taking on one Christopher Spratt that will be accompanied by his newest sidekick buddy, whatever he is, the Damien. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I'm not liking it, to be honest with you.
I mean,
I'm glad that Spratt is found. I'm glad that he's doing okay. Just not sure if it's the right path for him. He's going down the path with a lot of trees, a lot of buds.
I mean, the Damien
A lot of
seems
smoking
to be
trees.
his that edge that he needs to find to finally relax, calm his nerves, stop his tantrums, and maybe get back on a winning streak. So, with that being said, Logan Macchia, we seen him. This will be the third time that we saw him. He was impressive against AC the last show. We'll find out if he's gonna pull the upset, or we'll find out if the duo there, the opposite attract duo of Spratt and the Damien, get the W.
You want to do one more?
What's that?
You sure you want to do one more?
One more what?
You know, I
One more beer?
No. I think let's announce it. We have a debut coming this Saturday.
Jesus Christ.
We do. We have a debut of a guy that's been training really hard over the last 11 and a half months.
Go ahead.
You wanna do it?
This is your
wanna
doing
do
over
it?
here.
Well, there's what I mentioned too is a girl in the chat room. She belongs to Powerhouse Fitness next door to the gym.
Yeah.
She says she walks by, sees the show, but I told her come on down to the show. And
Okay,
check it
great.
out.
Yeah, we'll love to see her there. Bring her friends. Come check us out. It's
Amanda
a great
B.
time. Family orientated show. So come check us out August 10th. So what is this big news? Is news to me.
It's a young debut of a young talent. Blake Stallion.
Jeez.
Blake Stallion. I think he's going to be an internet cult sensation.
Anything that
Young guy, tons of heart.
anything that Blackheart says, Danny. You know how that goes
What are you
usually.
talking about?
He's come here many times and said that Alex and myself were gonna lose the titles. We still the tag team champions. Obviously, you're looking for. I see that you're a little bit leaner. You've been getting ready for our match come September.
All right, so
but yeah, I'm excited to see what.
It's
And it's an honor. Personal, things aside, it's an honor to wrestle you guys, because you guys are the best tag team in New England. So, and it's gonna be an honor to wrestle you guys. So, best team wins, but you guys are awesome.
All right, Danny. Danny's kind of smooching. I love you too, Danny. It's all right.
all right. So Blake Stallion, come out of the stable.
Oh, jeez.
Out of the closet.
You want to
Say
do
it.
it, Danny? Do it.
What?
You
Come
see
on.
what people do? they go do a galloping sound.
Gallup.
Yeah.
This guy's.
Danny.
Well, remember you said AZ was going to be a star. You said Danny, all these people going to be stars. And
I'm doing phenomenal.
And you know what I mean?
Is this after they start getting on the winning poll there that he claims that he guessed that they were going to become stars?
And look at what happened to Spratt. Your star stud there, the complete failure.
Yep. Well, with that being said, there's a big one coming up this weekend. I'm sure all the fans out there, you know, are getting ready and set for SummerSlam. You know, SummerSlam already started in this building because it's hot as hell. But it's Saturday night, August 3rd, WWE SummerSlam live on Peacock. And some of the matches set for that night, of course, the big one as the undisputed WWE Champion, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes will defend the title against Solo Sikoa. Who do you got on that match come Saturday in SummerSlam?
I got Cody on that one.
That quickly?
I do. Do you know what it is? Because I don't think Sikoa is going there to win. I think he's going there to hurt. So I'm thinking Cody by disqualification.
You know, you might want to get this written down, but luckily,
do I have an agreement?
Luckily, we're taping, we're live,
All right, let's do the stallion.
We're gonna. Oh Jesus Christ.
You're gonna hear that on the 10th,
Oh,
people.
God, jeez.
Let's write it down.
Yeah, write it down. All right, I'm agreeing with Blackheart on this one. I do believe Cody will retain the championship, and there's gonna be some sort of interference in this match, and who knows who we'll see added to the bloodline? Who knows who will return? You know, we'll just have to wait and see come this Saturday night at SummerSlam.
All I can say is stop adding people. Don't be.
Well, you know,
It's gonna be like the NWO.
it could be.
They're gonna have red and white.
It could be the NWO.
Latino war in the water.
But I'm sure they're not done adding people into the bloodline. So
Daniel Alves says he thinks Roman Reigns is going to show up.
Might happen. We just have to wait and see. Another big matchup that is signed for SummerSlam is Damian Priest defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. I'm actually looking forward to this matchup. I think it's going to be a hard-hitting match. You know, probably one of the hardest matches that Priest has encountered since his run in the WWE. And you know, I'm a Gunther guy, man.
Yeah,
I think he's got everything, and I think he's world championship material. And you know, it wouldn't surprise me to see him pull an upset here in this match. I don't know what your thoughts are.
See, I like seeing Danny. Can you bring up the picture of Gunther as an indie wrestler?
Yeah, let me see.
Right, if you look at the transformation
Yeah.
as an indie wrestler,
Well, both of these guys.
right, and even you know when he came in, when he got signed by WWE, when he was in NXT was at Europe.
Yeah.
You know, totally transformation of what he was. And look at Priest too. So if anyone has inspiration to be a pro wrestler, it's not where you start.
Yeah. So there he is
It's
with the
where you
green
go.
hair, looking like the Joker's kid.
Yep.
But
He
yeah.
looks like the young kid Cody.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
There's a plug up there, Cody.
You know, that's Gunther right there.
Right, and don't look at
Definitely
Priest.
a whole new man now, and Priest was the same. You know, when he got signed, he was an older guy. He was in his mid-30s, and he's in the best shape right now. And obviously, he's a world champion, so he's one of the top guys in the company. But again, if not this Saturday in SummerSlam, I do believe near future Gunther's going to be world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
So, other matches on that card, if you want to scroll back to that main screen there, we will see the big matchup finally happen with Liv Morgan defending the Women's Championship against the returning Rhea Ripley. That's a huge storyline that they build up with Dominic and all the interesting things that have been going on. Who do you have in the women's matchup?
Oh, wait. Who do I have in the? All right. So I'm going to say Priest, is going to be Gunter.
I'm gonna go against the odds. I'm gonna say Gunther pulls an upset victory over
All right.
over
And
Priest.
then on this one with Rhea and Liv, I'm going Rhea. I think she's going to destroy her.
Well, Chris Blackheart's quite straight to the point here. Like I said before he interrupted me, you know, this has been building up, brewing up, with Dominic being involved, and I think that's going to play a big key come Saturday. I think, you know, this whole swerve that they've been pulling the last 2 weeks is going to go full circle, and Dominic is going to betray Rhea Ripley and join back up with Liv Morgan when she retains the championship because of Dominic's swerve job. So that's my prediction there. And,
Now, just to let you know, I do like the mullet on him.
yeah, the mullet.
The
I
mullet,
mean,
you know what is the mustache, not so much,
yeah,
but I like it because it's different.
and then
And every time I see him, I think of I just lost his name.
I mean, he's trying to be Eddie.
Who's the tag with Eddie? Art Bar.
Art Bar, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but he's definitely going for Eddie
Yes.
with the mustache and the mullet. But another big matchup that people have been waiting for is the return of one CM Punk as he takes on Drew McIntyre with a special guest referee, that being Seth freaking Rollins. That's going to be a great matchup there. Who do you have? What do you think is going to happen
Well,
between those two?
Let's start with the referees. Can you bring up a picture of what he's wearing?
Well, right now he's wearing a referee shirt. I'm seeing the
All right,
graphic
but-
on
all
the
right,
screen.
did you see-
I saw the custom wear
Right.
that he had. The
and
attire.
what they were like, only one person can pull that off.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at it. Do you know who pulled that off first, like 8 years ago? The wrestlers.
Oh,
The
Jesus.
wrestlers used to have suits that were striped, so you used to come into all the buildings like that. The wrestlers did it way before Rollins, and I think they wore it better.
Well, I don't know. Blackheart.
They wore it better.
Blackheart might need glasses, Daniel. I know they had it first. I know they did it before Rollins, but, you know.
I'm sorry. Puffy elbows.
I don't know,
I mean,
man.
shoulders look good on no man.
That's Seth Rollins who's
Nope.
speaking about here. And a big again, now this is why Revan is crazy.
Well,
You're feeding his craziness now. Compares the
it was. They did it
All
better.
right, I'm lost for words. Who do you have in the match?
Thinking Punk. Thinking Punk with a quick pin. Unfortunately, a roll up. I've never been a big fan of roll ups. I think it's gonna be something quick to show that he can beat him. But then I think the storyline continues. I think the feud continues. I don't think it ends.
I must disagree on this one with Blackheart. I think the finish of this match is going to be inconclusive. It's going to turn into a smash and a brawl between
All right.
all three individuals there.
Oh,
So-
yes. I kind of forgot about Rollins.
So,
Yeah, no, okay. I will.
I don't think there's going to be a winner there. And if it was,
So I think if Punk wins with a quick pin, I think you're right. Somewhere they're all going to three come together.
if there were to be a winner, just for the fact that he most recently screwed him over,
Yeah.
I think Rollins screws Punk and Drew gets the win. But they are going to be physically involved, all three of them, before this one's over.
Would you catch the promo in the interview that he goes something on the air of, you don't get pinned until I say you're pinned.
Yeah.
It's not disqualification until I say it's disqualification. So I think the rule's going to be really lax on this one.
Well, yeah, I mean,
think it's going to be a lot of twists and turns. I think it's going to be a lot of bias, and I think he's going to do what he wants to do. Now, for me being a referee, I've refereed a couple of matches.
Mm-hmm.
The referee has to be honest, straight down the middle, like I always was. 50-50 with both sides.
All right, Bronco.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out what happens on Saturday in that big matchup. CM Punk battles Drew McIntyre. Daniel, you took me away from the screen. What's the next match on that
Women's
card?
WWE Championship, Bailey against Nia Jax.
So there you have it, the Women's Championship. Bailey taking on Nia Jax. I haven't seen Nia in a while. I haven't watched the product in a while. Who do you have in that matchup?
I like to go with Nia. It looks like she's getting in some great shape. She's losing some weight. Let's see how that translates in the ring.
Yeah, she's looked. I've seen her stuff on Instagram. Follow her on Instagram. I've seen her weight loss.
Yeah,
And,
I'm interested to find out what how she did it.
Yeah.
Was it diet? Was it exercise? Maybe she can inspire other people.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean,
and-
she keeps track of all her stuff, like
Yeah.
workouts and all that
And I
stuff.
also want to see the gear because she's transforming her body to see what kind of new gear she wears. Like
Yeah.
the stuff she wore, I never thought looked good on her. Like for a bigger girl, I don't think it helped her.
Yeah.
So
So Blackheart doesn't like gear that doesn't accentuate the figure.
no. I think it made her look bigger than what she is. You know, I don't think that was the right gear
Okay.
for her.
Well, I'm gonna stick with the champion. I think Bailey retains the title. She recently became the champion. I mean, I think
She can recently lose too.
she's in that moment right now, and I just think that she's gonna regain the title.
Then you got the U.S. and Intercontinental titles up.
So the U.S. Championship match is gonna be Logan Paul defending the title against L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Who do you have in that match?
I'm hoping Knight gets the win. You know?
Well, he had that momentum. He was
I-
he was hot, and now he's kind of coasting again.
Well, I think by him actually getting that big win, I think it's going to bring him up. So,
I must agree.
and
I
I mean,
think
Logan, wins and losses matter in this business, but I think in Logan's Paul case, if something happens and he comes in second
it's
that
not
night,
gonna hurt him.
It's
Yeah.
not going to hurt him. I think he needs it. Knight needs it to
Yeah, I agree with that one.
to get something going.
I agree with that one. If I was, having the power of the pen, I think L.A. Knight victorious over Logan Paul
So you do all the work.
and becomes the United States champion. Yeah, it's that. And it's the power of the pen.
Never
The
heard that.
Intercontinental Championship is on the line in a rematch when Sami Zayn defends the title against Braun Breaker. And I did say Braun was going to beat Sami before that, couple pay-per-views ago.
Yep.
Didn't happen. I think I'm gonna go straight to the point on this one. I think it happens
Look at that.
this Saturday in SummerSlam. Yeah. Who do you have?
I'm thinking Sammy wins. And I think Braun gets even madder. And then he eventually snaps and then he calls Uncle Jim and it's like, I finally took out that Sami Zayn for you. I'm coming for Owens. And Uncle Jim would be, goddamn kid.
Oh man.
Yep.
Well, I still got Braun. I mean, your scenario.
Oh, you like it though, huh?
Could happen. Yeah, it could happen. But I'm sticking with Braun Breaker becoming the new Intercontinental Champion come SummerSlam. Danny, do we have some comments from some of the people watching?
Yep. Daniel Alves says Priest might win. Frank says shows the 10th, not the 8th. Daniel says I think
Shows
Balor's
the-
go to cause
The
Priest.
show's the 10th, not the 8th. Who said the 8th?
I think you get that confused with
Well, just
I'll
let
show
you
him.
know, on the 8th,
August 3rd is SummerSlam, which is this Saturday. That was cleared. And August 10th is Showcase Pro Wrestling at the
but
Showcase
August
Arena.
8th is where in the deal is the real deal. August 8th,
Oh, yeah.
he will be
Yeah,
in
we're not-
Wakefield,
we're not
Massachusetts.
getting into plugs
We
yet.
forgot it last
Yeah,
week,
we're
and
not-
the complaint
we're
department
not-
started.
We're not
We
getting into
forgot
plugs
that.
right now. That will happen
All right,
in a few
all right.
minutes.
So we'll come back to tell you where Joel Davis will be on the 8th.
Scroll down the comments, Danny.
Blackheart is fat shaming.
What? What
Daniel
are you talking about? I was ashamed. I was
Alves.
giving a compliment. Who said that?
Daniel Alves.
Danny, you're fat. That's the problem, Danny.
Well,
But on the other hand, he is actually doing pretty well. He's down 22 pounds since he started training. We're working on getting his diet.
You know what cuts down the pounds?
What?
You chop down the pounds.
Chop down. So Dan, perfect. Next week, Dan, we're gonna help you chop down the ponds. The ponds.
The ponds.
Pods.
The ponds. Chop down the pounds. Now, any more comments, Daniel?
Frank said, look at the above comment about the show. So the show is the 10th, not the 8th. Yeah, it's the 10th. Yeah, showcase.
Yeah, thank you, Franklin. I think we established that earlier.
Speaking of Franklin, we'll be in Franklin on the. Are we going there yet? On the 17th.
You're desperate today, aren't you? All right, we're
No, he was just. we just plugs for going there.
We'll get on the plugs. All right, again, August 10th, Showcase Pro Wrestling returns. Saturday night's main event at the Showcase Training Center and Arena,
with the
126 Main Street.
With the debut of the Stallion, Blake Stallion.
What the fuck? I'm gonna have to take this kid out myself. It's annoying. All right, 7:07 p.m. bell time.
Danny, you know you want to do it.
Big matchups already signed for that one. So go get your tickets now on sale, showcaseprowrestling.com. Then it brings us to August 16th. If you want to pull that out, Royal Crown Wrestling returns or makes their debut in Medford, Massachusetts at the American Legion Post 45, 7:30 p.m. bell time for Royal Rumble, as the winner of that big Rumble will get a shot at AJ Francis in our return show in October. He's no longer the digital media champion, but he is a double champion, and he says he'll defend his double championship anytime, anywhere, any place, and against the winner of the Royal Rumble come August 16 in Medford, Massachusetts. Get your tickets, RoyalCrownWrestling.com. Follow all our socials, Royal Crown Wrestling, Instagram, Facebook, and on YouTube for that big event on the 16th in Medford, Massachusetts, which brings us the next night, way back to Franklin, Massachusetts, at the Elks Lodge, as we return and we present heat we're experiencing here right now, but it's going to be hot. The action's going to be hot. August 17th in Franklin, Massachusetts at the Elks Lodge, 7:07 p.m. bell time on that card there. Usually we go there. It's a sellout show. Get your tickets. Don't get left out. There's AC in the place. There's food. There's beverages. There's a good time. What do you got?
Oh, that's perfect. The matches from there, we're going to be announcing some first matches next week.
Some big matches. Some
First
new talent
and
coming in.
A rematch.
Yes, new talent coming in for that one, so stay tuned next week here in the pod to find out about the card for Franklin. Get your tickets on sale now, showcaseprowrestling.com. We return big in September, back to the Taunton BFW Hall in Taunton, Massachusetts for Friday night, 7:47 p.m. bell time in Taunton. Big tag team matchup. Danny's got a grin on his face.
Yes, it will be the new tag team
It'll be Puerto Rico's most wanted, Alex Raiden and myself, defending against the big man, Dan Redondi, and his partner, Buck Nasty, in a street fight.
So maybe you should change your name to the new champion, so everyone always has to announce you as the new champion.
Yeah, hashtag
even
new.
though you're not, but that's your tag team name.
Well, I hope Franklin, I hope they got insurance on the place because all four of us and a street fight, forget it, man.
That's Taunton, Danny. See, he's already, I haven't hit him in the head yet, and he's already.
Taunton, Massachusetts, yeah, I hope you got insurance over there.
So that's September 13th, Taunton BFW Hall, 7:47 p.m. bell time. That's a Friday night. Tickets also on sale for that one there. And then the next night we will be again in Woonsocket at the Showcase Pro Wrestling Training Center and Arena. All the info shortly in the next couple of weeks. Matches announced, all the lineups, the cards. Just keep following, just keep listening and watching, and you will have all that information. If you take us down to October 12th, Powerhouse Wrestling returns. This one's a return because we haven't been there in over 14 years. Sturbridge, Massachusetts, Sturbridge Hotel and Event Center, 366 Main Street in Sturbridge, Massachusetts. There we go, got it out. 7 p.m. bell time, meet and greet. Doors will open at 6 p.m. And the big card already for that show has been signed as Halloween Bash is featured with a big contest featuring Mr. Kennedy Ken Anderson taking on Chris Masters. Also on the card, Evie De La Rosa will take on the self-proclaimed intergender champion James Ellsworth, who will be in action, and also making his Powerhouse Wrestling debut and returning to New England, the Cowboy James Storm, former TNA World Champion and Tag Team Champion James Storm. And another big Royal Rumble that features the winner of that later on taking on James Storm for the new Powerhouse Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Tickets are on sale at eventbrite.com for that one. Sturbridge Host Hotel, October 12th. Powerhouse Wrestling NE, all social media. Go get your tickets at eventbrite.com for Halloween Bash. It is going to be definitely a bash. It's going to be a great show. Go check that out. Now, you've been waiting all this time.
What?
You forgot.
Where in the world is Joe Davis? Bring it up. This is a double plug for Joe for the real deal. He'll be in Wakefield, Rhode Island. Is that my music? That's awful, Danny.
Yeah,
This Thursday
Danny's
night,
blocking the screen. He's
Wakefield,
got double screen getting
Massachusetts.
blocked.
Go and find Joe Davis under Real Deal Fitness. All the information's on there. The tickets. Go and support one of the good guys, one of the guys from New England.
Our friend, the real deal, Joe Davis. I don't know what Joe's doing with that chair. Was he trying to attack somebody there? I mean, he does get
Yes, he
raw
does.
and real on stage. So if you want to have a good laugh, you know, the guy just keeps it real. And he's a great guy. Go support that comedy show. You're going to have some fun, some laughs. Even Blackheart laughed the last time he was there.
It was good.
So go check that out, as Joe Davis will be in Wakefield for that big comedy show come August 8th. That's the 8th. Franklin. And by the way, get your ass and see Joe, because he was asking for you the last time.
Yeah.
He had a joke for the Rochas, so make sure you show up in Wakefield. We know you're not busy that night, so get down there. Right?
That's all
And a
true
special
now.
announcement: the real deal is in the chat room.
Uh-oh.
The real deal. What do you got, real deal?
He says, "Love you, brothers."
Love you too. What do you got? Anything new? I'm telling Franklin, he's commenting in the chat room there. He needs to get his ass to a comedy show. Show some love. See what we got here in the comments. What, are you tired today, Chris
Yeah, man, it's
Blackheart?
been a long day.
He says, "Real and raw."
Yeah, we got that over, brother.
Real and Raw is good.
We got that
What
definitely
about
over.
news? Let's do some wrestling news.
What do you got? Do you got some wrestling news?
Well, I don't think did we bring it up last time when Cena announced that he's retiring?
Yeah, we did bring
We
that
did. I
up.
wasn't sure if we
The
did.
latest news, since we're doing news,
All right.
we've been seeing it all over social media
did?
and the internet earlier as Mercedes getting a divorce from one of the old New England boys, all Kid McCausey, Ciroc. They're separating, they're getting a divorce, and it's all over the internet. It's all over the
I
media.
didn't really see it. Tell me about it.
I'm telling you right now, it's all over the internet, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You know that Sasha went and asked for a divorce. So we'll see in wrestling fashion if there's any drama.
So my question on that, again, I do not know the story. Who was she dating? They're always dating somebody.
Right away, Chris Blackheart?
Yeah, who are they dating?
No compassion.
No, because, I mean, all right, so professionally, I would imagine it would put a strain on their relationship that one works for one company and one works for the other, opposite schedules.
Yeah.
My impression is she has more free time than he does.
Yeah.
and that the problem with that is more free time. She can go and do more free things.
Well,
You know, and between different projects and maybe vacations. So, you know,
funny thing that you say that is because you see the comments of all these people that are fans that don't really know the in and outs, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that dude's a loser. That dude this, that dude that." The dude works for the WWE. The dude's a former wrestler. They known each other since both of them became big. So some of these people are quite.
Yeah, the only thing I thought, knowing what I know, the only thing I know is that they were still together. I always thought maybe he grounds her, brings her back to reality.
Mm-hmm.
And some days we need that. And
speaking of being grounded in reality, there's no secret that a lot of fans over the years have complained about her attitude and her treatment towards fans, and her, for the lack of a better word, bitchiness when it comes to dealing with fans and all that. So
yeah, that's hard because no matter what, the fans is what gives you what you have. And yes, somebody's running it in the airport at 3 a.m.
carrying a table for you to sign.
Yeah, if it's a kid or like a true fan, I get it. But if you have a guy bringing hey, can you sign all my pictures so I can
shit
put
that
them on
he
eBay?
wants to sell,
that I get.
Yeah.
But if it's a true fan,
well,
this is why we do what we do.
The word in the grapevine is no matter man, woman, or child, she's always had a bitchy attitude towards fans. So
and I like kayfabe. I do like the
Yeah.
But when you're at that level, you have to do that extra because they literally are giving you your income, your lifestyle, and literally your generational wealth for your family and future members of your family. So.
Yeah. We'll find out what happens there. Any other news, Chris Blackheart?
Well, no, that's the only one I'll bring. I know
you'll like to
I'll
share
bring it.
here.
No, that was a good one.
On the show.
Brian Starr sends his love.
Who?
Brian Starr says he'll see you soon.
Who, Ryan Starr?
Yeah.
Brian Starr, I'm going to be sending him a message soon because I need to talk to him about actually that date coming up in Franklin. So I'm going to send him a message soon about that. And like I said, we have to have him on the show.
Gotta bring up
these
that
next
one.
couple weeks, put him in the schedule.
Well, that one.
Yeah, that's another rumor.
Yeah.
I don't know how truthful it is, but we've been seeing all these things pop up about Shane McMahon showing up at AEW. Is it happening? Mm-hmm. Is this legit? Is Shane going to show up at AEW? Is Shane going to come alone? Or is Shane going to bring some company?
I think it should be, I know we talked about earlier, it should be just like Nitro. They said a McMahon's coming, but they didn't say which McMahon. Kind of when Shane stole WCW
we
from
have
his
something.
dad.
We have something up on the screen. Is that where's that picture from?
22 hours ago, it says Shane McMahon issues statement on his meeting with Tony Khan.
So they
yesterday.
actually had a meeting.
Yep.
So if you want,
and his quote was, Tony and I were connected to a mutual friend, and we had a great meeting. We talked about many things, but mostly about our shared love for the business and rewards and challenges of working with the family. And I congratulate him on the 5-year anniversary of AEW and look forward to how he evolves his business moving forward. But
so he's kayfabing that meeting.
Yeah, I'm not playing that.
I'm not
playing.
That's just
you know what that looks like? It looks like something got leaked out. That photo that you see there got leaked out. Somebody opened their mouth, and it got out, and Shane obviously had to address it, which he did.
Yeah.
But, that could have been, or still could be something big possibly brewing.
Yeah.
Because
we've seen that recently in the past where guys got fired for leaking information on cards and finishes and all that. Guys that were working for WWE at the time, that were producers and even writers that were leaking information and got fired.
Yeah,
so
you can't do that.
It's not an odd thing. It's not a mysterious thing that it does happen. So it could be true. It could be someone leaked the information, and he's kind of kayfabe and protecting anything that could come out of it, so that we'll have that surprise element when it does happen.
So staying on AEW, what's your thought on the TV deal rights? Seemed like a lot of the was it college football? I think left.
Is this TBS or?
Yeah, no, it was the NBA. Where's the NBA going? Is that going to Amazon?
It could be going to Prime. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to Prime. So
Raw's getting set to go to
Raw's
Netflix.
going to Netflix. So I think the traditional networks, they're gonna start bringing up some money.
I don't
They're
know,
gonna
man.
change they're gonna change the platform, because guess what? They originated TV, but they're
The
behind
new
on the platform.
the new TV is a streaming outlets, and
Yeah.
just like video stores, it could happen to TV networks. When
Well, it is. People are bringing the content, but the thing that's in demand right now is live sports / entertainment.
yeah,
And wrestling has so much content that, for AEW's sake, I mean, it looks like they are putting together a deal. Supposedly they have something verbal. Looks like they may either be going over to like replays on HBO Max and the Max app.
yep.
So it looks like they're starting to
I mean,
tap their foot a little bit to get in there, but I think in their part, I mean, you're looking at, I think they just did a smaller venue down in Texas with the Von Erichs. Did you see that?
no.
So they're I think it was Battle of the Belts. It was a Ring of Honor. The Dustin Rhodes actually won the 6-man title with Von Erich kids.
Okay.
Looks like it was a smaller venue. It was about 1,100 person venue, 1,400. Looks like it was sold out, and it looked good on video and photos.
Yeah, that's what you want.
So-
Why play the big arenas
Yeah.
and half empty when you could play?
Right. So I think they should be doing that, because let's go back. You're a TV product. It doesn't look good when you're in a 10,000.
I mean, that was the
That's an
whole
arena.
ECW recipe.
Yeah.
They did play in some bigger arenas that will fit 3,000-4,000 people, but that came later down the line. But generally they'll play places like the Bank Street Armory that held 1,800, 2,000 people, and they will pack that and be standing room only, and that looks great for your television product. So it's just being smart.
Well, plus the people watching it, they feel like they're missing something. 'Cause,
Yeah.
oh my God, everybody's there.
I mean, did you ever got to go to the Impact Zone?
I didn't.
Yeah, that
No,
was.
do you know why? Because where's it located?
That was.
Where's it located?
Well, obviously Universal Studios. I
Universal.
I got to go down there back in 2009 maybe, 2009, 2010, and it was the setup for that is all TV angles, because it was like a small studio environment, but on TV it looked great, And that one side where the hard cam would stay, it had like the DJ that would mix live while they were going to TV commercials and stuff like that. So to keep the crowd pumped up, because as you know, some of these people that get filtered into these live events or tapings are people that are roaming around the park. Not everybody's a fan that knows the product. So, and back then, one of the things that they were doing is still advertising the WWF guys around the park.
Well, you got to go with who the names are.
So that's what they were doing back then when I got to go down there. But yeah, it was interesting to see, how the production makes everything looks, really good. So that was TNA when they were doing. Are they still there now? Are they still doing Universal?
No, I know they were up in Canada. I mean, they got a great sellout. Was the last weekend?
Yeah.
See that?
Was AEW doing Universal at some point?
They were doing. Well, they were switching the dark. They're doing dark down there.
Universal?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that's the scenario there. And I mean, again, you watch a lot of the mid 2000s, late 2000 TNA stuff, and it looks like it's jam packed, but it's a small setting. Looks good for television. Speaking of settings and other stuff, I had something in mind that I was gonna say. What the hell? Shit.
I don't think it was that.
It crossed my mind. I just forgot what it was. So fill me in. What else you have?
You were saying that you can't wait to, you kind of gave me an idea, like Woonsocket. Maybe we should have, DJ Dan Badandi.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
In between, I can see it.
DJ Badandi.
DJ Badandi. In between the matches, Danny can keep people
Hyped up.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Where does this come from? Where these ideas?
No, you brought it up.
Well, I'm just telling you what they did. I'm not telling you to recycle the idea and bring it to Woonsocket. I'm just saying that, that's what they did.
4 years ago, we did have an AC in Woonsocket that was supposed to be coming back. Wink, wink.
You're just throwing shots at everybody today.
No, I'm just saying wink, wink, AC. We may need someone to come back and DJ.
Oh.
I know you love DJs. Now bring your own microphone.
Apparently you encountered a DJ that brought his own microphone.
Yeah, he had a microphone. I had a 40.
Yeah, well, he had more than his turntable cracked. So what shoot? No, thank you.
No.
I've been saving myself from that scenario for the last week and a half, I believe, and I would greatly appreciate to continue it on and save 6 minutes of my life.
6 minutes?
That's what Julio said.
Oh.
6 and a what? 3.5. Oh, 3.5. Yeah.
I think Danny.
Yeah. Let's go back to the comments. We got any other comments?
Yep, just Brian Starr saying hello. That's about it. And the real deal said, how about Franklin missing the seat in the chair? And Amanda B says, you guys should do a show outside before the summer ends.
We are in the works of going back to Autumn Fest.
Yeah, now we have a couple things. The dates that we brought up, those are the stuff that is on the books. We have other stuff that's coming up in later September, early October, and even in November that we haven't put out there yet. So yeah, we are working on it, but always the best way to find it is always on our social media, SP Wrestling. Usually we post the stuff there, first.
Are you posting
Update
on
the
that
website.
fan page or?
The fan page too. I did not post the updated 2. Do you have the updated 2 photos for Woonsocket? Go to Showcase for SP Wrestling on Facebook.
Yep.
So, we didn't do the power rankings.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
Bring the power rankings up there too. That's on our social media.
There you go.
If you want to zoom that in. Because, I'm getting older and I can't see that far. I'm going to have to pull this on my screen here.
I can tell you on the power rankings, Don Vega is not in the power rankings.
Oh, great.
Alex Raiden is not in the power rankings.
And that just makes your day, huh?
No.
You know who
Blackheart
else?
is not in the
yes.
power rankings. And the SPW Ghost is not in the power. Just let you know, right? I went to training earlier this week.
I don't see
before anybody.
Bionic Dan Badandi or Buck Nasty.
And there was no Ghost at the training center, by the way.
Well, yeah, he probably took a hiatus.
All right.
But speaking of the power rankings, at number 1 coming in is the SPW Heavyweight Champion, Notorious Rambo Godfrey. He's still running around Woonsocket after that last event.
He better watch it when Matt Thompson, gets a hold on one-on-one.
Well,
I mean,
him and Osiris are probably running in the same direction. But coming in at number 2, the Sons of Liberty champion, Danny Cabral.
all right, which makes sense. Typically it goes heavyweight champion, Sons of Liberty champion. I'm gonna guess that would have to be the YouTube champion for number 3.
Nope. At number
What?
3 is the Road to the Gold winner, Big Matt Thompson. Coming in at number 3.
Well, see, Reverend should have been there in Woonsocket, so Thompson.
Number 4, the YouTube World
All right,
Champion,
all right.
Brother Moon
Very
Revan.
surprised on that one.
At number 5, the consistent one, AZ, sneaking in through the rankings. And at the bottom, number 6, the former educator, former Harvard
How can
student,
he be ranked? I mean, Jay Evans should really be
Christopher
there.
Spratt,
Jay Evans should
coming
be
in
there.
at number 6. Okay, and
He got Jade.
at number,
got Jade.
At
I mean-
number 7 is Osiris.
All
At
right.
number 8, the superstar Sean Candido. Number 9, Dr. Roger Williams. And at the very last, number 10, Jay Evans.
All right. So he did. All right. So I did not put those together. There was
This
a
is the
call.
committee. This
It
is
was,
John
but
Cena Sr. This is based on a win and
It was.
loss.
It's-
Win and losses
I
the
had-
last couple
I had Sarge and Cena do it together this
so
week, and no, I mean,
those are the official power rankings in the single.
no, we gave them the roster.
competitors'
We gave them the
brackets.
win and loss results. I said, hey, you guys want to do it this time? So no, I don't disagree with that. You know, those tag teams weren't in there. No Matrix.
Well, they forgot to mention the best 2 tag teams.
No, but you guys weren't in there. You know, so maybe
This
you
is
guys.
a singles competitive bracket.
Yeah, it was
This
all,
is,
singles. So
So
Oh, Julian Myers in the chat. She asks, seems like all the same people wrestle. Do you guys have any new or other talent?
we are going to be bringing in some new talent coming up in Franklin, guys that haven't seen before. But you know, each promotion has their set roster, and that's our roster. That's our young guys that are coming up the ranks, and we do concentrate on having homegrown talent, which is why we run the training center in the school. And that's why we don't have to, in many ways, bring outside talent, because we have homegrown talent that we're trying to get out there and, you know, get them to improve and get them to go out and do other things. So that's the reason why we don't switch up cards in Woonsocket and Taunton, other places. You see a mix of different individuals wrestling. So if you're only going to Woonsocket, Woonsocket is the base where we have our young talent hone their craft. So that's why the cards are the guys that you see advertised. What do you got, Chris Blackheart?
no, I think we forget that. Unlike a lot of promotions, we are a training promotion. As we run the training center, we run a school, and we have a mix between talent who trains there and then talent who will work in the indies.
Yes.
And one thing we have that a lot of locker rooms don't have, we actually have a lot of veterans. And the veterans literally help the younger talent and the talent in between.
Yeah.
Where a lot of times people just have, you know,
Guys from the outside.
just from the outside who are just coming in and coming out. You know, so we have a different formula we use, but there's a reason why we do it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you can see some of the guys who break out. They come from us, and literally in the next, I hate to say 6 months, but the next 6 months you're going to see really some breakout stars and people.
I
You know,
mean,
like
you've been seeing a lot of guys in different shows. You've been
Yeah.
seeing Brother Moon Revan at Powerhouse and Royal Crown. You've been seeing Chris Spratt and AZ and even Danny Cabral. You've been seeing them not only in Powerhouse and RCW. You've seen those guys if you're in the main area, if you're up that way. You've been seeing those guys in cards up that way, New York, upstate New York area. So you know those guys are making some rounds and they're getting themselves out there. So you're gonna see a lot more of that. But since the question was brought up, if you're still out there, who are some of your favorite people in the Indies? Who are some of your favorite talent that you might want to see come to Showcase Pro Wrestling? Because we're always
or return.
or
'Cause
return.
Ironically, we've always had an open door policy, and usually what we find out, if some reason a talent hasn't been there for a while and their situations have changed. Like, this is a legitimate conversation I tell people. I say, hey, how's your rankings as a talent? Who's your number one? Who's your number two? Who's your number three? And, you know, if we're their number three, they haven't been to us like for 6 months, a year, or 2 years, and it's like, great, if something changed, you know, reach out. Say,
Yeah.
hey, something has changed. I want to take more books from you guys. So I'm like, hey, are we number 2 or are we number 1?
Yeah.
Which really what that means for us is we give them a majority of the work. If we know a talent, if we are their first priority, they're getting the first opportunity.
Yeah.
And legitimately, if we know we're number 4, and we know who runs shows or where they're running on, and who they're working for, but if they don't tell us to change, then we can't adjust, our card, our booking, for them.
Yeah.
And I kid about this. I'll put out there like with Scott Levesque, right? Scott Levesque, legitimately, like every 2 to 3 years, Scott used to come in and out of showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really, the old saying is you got to go and learn a new hold.
Yeah.
And at that time he was going between, I think it was like NCW and WCW and then us.
Yeah.
And it just changed, on the priority, and that's what it came down to. And we liked Scott, and if Scott ever wants to come back, the door's always open. But Scott was probably one that really made it noticeable that, Scott, we knew the priority and where we were. I laugh when we look at Barricade. Like Barricade every year, and we didn't notice that at first, but we will lose them for 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was by the 3rd year, I'm like, where do you go from May to September? And he goes, well, I'm a commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that makes sense.
Then he started appearing in the Shark Show there,
Yeah.
Shark Week, and
So it was just, you have those conversations with people, and some people tell you what they do, some people don't. But it was just funny how, some guys, they have their habits of when they work or why they work at certain times of the year.
yeah.
So
Do
it's
you have any new comments on it, Danny?
It says, who are the new talent do you guys have? This is probably a question before you ask.
Absolutely. Listen next week, and we will be announcing some of the new talent that will be coming in on the 17th in Taunton. And actually, we do have a live guest for us to have, via Skype. We have an author coming in who is actually has a wrestling book. We'll be plugging that on our social media. So that'll be actually next week.
So some interesting stories there. He's written a book about pro wrestling.
Yes.
So we'll get in depth into details there next week here in the pod. We'll have some matches announced for Franklin. We'll go over the card again for all the events that are coming up. You have anything else for tonight?
No, I think we're good. I think it was a nice flowing show. I do appreciate the comments out there, Danny. Thanks for manning the chat room. I'm getting some new people over there, new questions. And and that's what it is. Again, we've always been open. If somebody has a question, reach out. We don't have to like the question, but we'll give you an answer.
Yeah, definitely. And for all the information, showcaseprowrestling.com, at SP Wrestling on all our social media. And if you wondering about talent that has come in, past, present, and future, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Scroll back and then rewind and see some of the people that have been in and out of Showcase, and some of the talent that's been here and it's been in and out. So definitely go back and check out some of those shows on our YouTube channel. And that's it. I mean, SummerSlam weekend, man.
That's a wrap.
We'll be back here next week. We'll go over all those results.
I got your picks right here on paper, sir.
For SummerSlam, you wrote it down because this guy likes to change his shit afterwards.
Hey, the power of the pen.
Okay, there it is. See, he wrote it down and it doesn't say Sprat sucks.
He's not going to find it.
Okay, well, with that being said, that's all we got for this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you right back here next week in the Showcase Pod. I am Don Vega, the boss Chris Blackheart, Danny in the background. We'll catch you down the road next week in the Showcase Pod.